Got YouTube in this thing. All right, good. Make sure everybody's set up. YouTube, we got Instagram, we got YouTube in the building. So a lot of you are probably already wondering, why in the hell does he have on glasses? All right. So these are my blue blockers. I wear them a lot when I do anything that's a little extra. So today, if you didn't know, I am dry fasting. All right. And I always tell you all, be careful when you do things like this, okay? Dry fasting is another level. I'm about 28 hours in right now. So when you dry fast, everything speeds up. Everything that's supposed to happen with fasting speeds up. So when you're dealing with autophagy, okay, a lot of you hear me talk about autophagy a lot. When you're dealing with autophagy with fasting, it takes about 48 hours to get into autophagy if you're just water fasting. When you dry fast, you can get in autophagy 3 times as fast. So, now you're looking at less than 20 hours. So yeah, I am dry fasting right now for a reason. All right. Most of you watch my stories. If you watch my stories, you'll see that I messed my knee up playing ball. Okay. People try to stop me. I'll go up for a dunk or something and boom, there's my knee. Luckily, like I said, I talked to one of my surgeons. I have a really good friend who's an orthopedic surgeon at Vanderbilt, actually one of the best orthopedic surgeons. And he checked my knee. I went over his house. He did some stuff with my knee, moved it around. He's like, your ligaments are good. I think you'll be all right. So that was a good thing to know that the ligaments are okay. He just basically said, look, stay off of it. No hooping, no dunking. Just chill out for a minute. So that's what I'm doing. And then I decided I was going to go ahead and speed up the recovery by dry fasting. So that's exactly why I'm dry fasting. And when you dry fast, you have to protect everything because I'm not drinking. My retinas can dry out or my eyes can dry out through watching screens. Hence the reason why I have on my blue blockers. I should wear them more often anyway, but you can get dehydrated from looking at too much light. So I wear these to help, keep everything good while I'm fasting. Also, if you're going to dry fast, can't take a shower. Yes, your body will soak up the water from the shower and hydrate you and take away from the benefits from dry fasting. Also, you have to watch brushing your teeth. So you may have to do like a dry brush or something like that. Hence the reason why I tell you all, you got to be careful, okay? That's not it. That's not the only things you have to be worried about. Those are just a few. So I wanted to throw some things out there to let you know that if you're going to do a dry fast, you have to be prepared. You have to be ready. You can't just jump in this thing and just think you're going to, do your thing. All right. And even with me, I'm not going that long. I'm probably going to go. I'll probably go till the morning. That's it. So maybe another 12 to 16 hours. Because it's 8 now. I'll wake up tomorrow, do a little something, and then I'll eat. So yeah, let's get some of these questions out. Now I got big news today. All right, got big news. I just ordered some stuff for the big news. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you already know what the big news is. But I got big news today. But I want to answer some questions we got here on YouTube first. Wow, that was my next question. If you dry fast or water fast. I normally water fast, but today I'm dry fasting, okay? It's first of all, one thing I like about it, it speeds up everything like I told you, but not just healing. So I'm doing it to speed up my healing, but it speeds up fat burning because it's using more fat cells to take out the water or to keep the body hydrated. But also it's going to knock down your glycogen. You're going to look flat. Okay. I lost literally, I'm not BSing you, in 24 hours. I wish I would have actually did like an experiment. My scale in there is showing me being down 3 pounds today. I stepped on the scale this morning and I was about 218, 219. I stepped on the scale not even an hour ago and it said 215. So 3 pounds down in a day. That's the power of dry fasting. So but you got to be careful. Okay. Like I said, you got to do this thing right. Your skin is looking good, man. Much appreciation. Much appreciation. Try to keep the skin looking good. You know, one thing I'm working on, fellas, be careful with this. The barber, based on what they put on your skin at the barber, you got to be careful because that changes the color of my skin sometimes around my edge of my lineup. So you got to be careful with that. No alcohol. I had to tell my no more alcohol, Calvin. Sorry. You got to put something else on me, buddy. So you got to watch what the barber's putting on your skin because it will change the color around your edge up or maybe even dry it out. So outside of that, just stay on your high-fat diet, plant-based style. You'll be all right. Let's see. If I'm 300 pounds and trying to reach 250, small goal, how long should I fast for? When should I refeed? Honestly, it just depends on what you want to do. All right. We had somebody who was 400 pounds who fasted for a whole year. Seriously. I think he fasted for 380 days or something like that. It was some long time. But of course, he was under supervision. I'm trying to tell y'all, supervision. But it just depends on what you want to do, how active you are, what does your food look like? All of these things matter. So if you are 300 pounds and you want to get to 250, I could do that in a month. You know, we could fast for 3 or 4 days a week, come out of the fast with some smaller calories, and then do a small refeed so you're up-regulating your hormones. And we do that every week. And I'd probably knock about 50, if you could follow it, I would knock off about 50 pounds in a month. When you're heavier or you have a little more weight to lose, you can get it off much faster. So that's kind of the beauty of this thing. So let's see what else we got. Some people say do 5 on 2 off, but I want to go longer. Yeah. If you think you can go longer, yeah, sure. Now, gotta give you a disclaimer. I don't suggest fasting any longer than 4 or 5 days solo on your own. Anything more than that, you need to be getting somebody to test your vitals, you need to be getting tested. I'll say that. So I'm not going to recommend you do anything longer than 5 days on your own. That's just my recommendation. Let's see what else we got. I don't think we have anybody coming in on IG. Where you at, IG? All right. Let's see. Oh, my man Chris is on here. He said, I've been intermittent fasting and loving the results. I know you are, man. I've been watching you. You knocking it out. I've been seeing the pictures. Let's see what else. We got some people coming in on YouTube. Hello. I would love to try keto, but I get super dizzy and get lots of cramps. So for your suggestions, what's going on is because you are way too adapted or addicted. I hate to use that word, but you're addicted to carbs. Anybody who's going through this, you're 1, addicted to carbs. 2, you don't know how to transition properly. So your body's kind of like freaking out. When you have headaches, when you have low energy, some people were throwing up and having shakes. Like I've heard all kind of things. People break out in acne, people's hair fall out. It's because you don't know what you're doing and you're changing the energy system. This is something real. This gets real. When you're changing the energy system, you have to be mindful of a few things. So 1, when you say you're getting lots of cramps, first thing first, electrolytes. All right. Anybody who's getting cramps on the keto diet or while you're fasting, you need electrolytes. That is the #1 thing that's going to cause those cramps because you lose a lot of water and fat, especially if you're fat adapted. And with fat flushing out of the body comes water. And with water leaving the body goes minerals and electrolytes. So long story short, get you some pink Himalayan salt. Okay, that's going to help with the cramps. Put it in water, teaspoon in 16 ounces of water. You should be okay. Warm up the water. I like the water warm. Mix the salt. It blends in much better. And then before you just jump into the high fat thing, do like a slow step down process. Okay, don't go from point A to point B. Go, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Then maybe B, go down slowly. So what that means is don't cut your carbs from 700 a day. Cause I know a lot of people do this. Don't cut your carbs from 700 a day and then come down to 50 a day trying to go keto. Okay. That is the wrong thing to do. And the body might not like you for that. So those are just a few things, but definitely those electrolytes are low. And that's why you're having those cramps and more than likely getting dizzy. What other recommendations what other recommendations you have for excess loose skin besides fasting? Eating collagen. I don't suggest eating collagen. And dry brushing. Any foods? No. To be honest, I really don't have any recommendations for foods. Fasting is gonna do the job. Like that's it. And when I know something's gonna hit where I want it to hit, I'm not even gonna look for any others. Nope. I know what it's like. I don't know. It's like when you find something that you know works. A lot of times in my mind, why would I even try to do something else? I know this works. I'm gonna stick to this. It's like breathing oxygen. I'm not gonna try to breathe anything else because I know oxygen works. Like so I'm just gonna keep doing this until I either have to try something else or, so to me, I don't have any more suggestions for you. That's not to say that there aren't any and that collagen wouldn't work. I just don't suggest collagen. That's it. And that's because it's not vegan. Let's see what else we got. Tell them to try the Mayo electrolytes. Yeah. Any electrolytes, the Mayo, like I said, I like pink Himalayan salt for me. And I salt the hell out of my food too to make sure I keep my electrolytes up. They have different flavors, 0 carbs. Good. Okay. So yeah, Mayo, which I'm not familiar with that company. I have to check them out. Let's see what else we got on YouTube. They're coming in on YouTube. All right. See what else we got. Are you going to put other videos on 4,000 calories in keto diet? Yes. That's kind of my news for today. My breaking news for today is I just bought all my products or all of my, I guess you can say, technical instruments that I need to start the podcast. All right. So yes, podcast is coming. I got the mic. I got everything I need because I can't go on the podcasting world sounding raggedy. So I got to make sure everything's going to be right. All right. That's how I roll. Okay. If I'm going to go outside, I'm going to make sure I got on something nice. I'm going to do this podcasting thing. I'm going to make sure I sound nice. So podcasting is coming soon. I've had a lot of requests from people saying, hey, start a podcast. So I'm going to probably do a video podcast and put it on my YouTube so you can watch. But then I'll also put it on iTunes, Stitcher, all those things. So that's the news for today. Yes, I will be talking more about how I do my 4,000 calorie day meals. I will also be doing more on what I eat and how much I eat inside of those days, because a lot of people, they're like, that's 4,000 calories. How are you doing that? And it's like, well, just eat more of this or eat more of that. So yeah, we're going to get there. And also I'm going to be doing some body updates soon. Probably, so most of you all don't know this, but I took a, what is it called? It's not a DEXA scan, but it's close to a DEXA scan. And basically you just stand up and it scans your whole body, tells you your body fat, tells you everything. And I did one 30 days ago. Maybe not even that. It was about a 30 day. But what I plan on doing is maybe 45 to 60 days. And then I'm going to do a 90 day and just kind of show you, the transformation, what's going on. I'm flat as hell right now. But show you what's going on. I'll probably, let's see, I took the test in a fed state. So I was not fasted. So I'll probably eat when I take the test again. And then I'll show you the before and afters of those tests. So that's coming as well. That'll be on the podcast. Just be looking forward soon. And I'll be announcing it. So yeah, we got this thing rolling. Let's see. I walk 6 miles daily. Is that enough? Enough for what? I mean, it sounds like enough to me. I walk probably 3 miles a day. I usually try to wake up, get some sun, and get some walking in. So, yeah, I definitely think that's enough. If you're fasted, especially, you're going to be burning a lot of fat. So, walk. I don't know what you're trying to do to say is that enough. Yeah, that's definitely enough. It just depends on your goals. What are you trying to do? Let me make sure. Let's see. Okay, new life. So you're trying to get down to from 3 to 250. So yeah, that's enough. But so just like I tell a lot of people, you got to do other stuff too to maintain the lean body mass. So you want to be working out, you want to be doing other things instead of just doing cardio. You don't have to go crazy in the gym, but you want to do some other stuff. Let's see what else we got. Are you going to be doing your cryotherapy while healing your knee? Yeah, actually, I did. I'm fasted right now, and I went to cryo today. I did a cryo session, and when I got home, I did I iced that knee. So I'm doing cold therapy on it two, three, maybe even 4 times a day. I'm hammering it. All right, so I'm trying to speed this thing up because I don't like being injured. And not only that, I just, I really want to make sure I baby it and I take care of it. So when I walk, I got a knee brace on. When I lay down, I got a pillow under it, propped up. And that's going to sleep at night and, during the day. So I just make sure everything is taken care of with that knee. I really baby it. What is your opinions on coconut water? I love it. Coconut water is good for electrolytes as well. So that's what you want to do. Coconut water it up. I agreed about other things needed outside of cardio. Yes, you got to do more than cardio. So somebody's on Instagram is agreeing with me. You got to do more than cardio because fat has a way of not really being productive, but muscle does. So just laying here, I have a certain amount of calories I'm going to burn just because I have muscle. Like I said, I range between 215 and about 220. And just laying here, I can lay here and I'm going to burn at least, 2,200 calories just laying there. That doesn't include walking and doing other things. So you raise your BMR, you raise your ability to burn fat. So that's why I always suggest cranking it up just a little bit and doing more than just walking. But walking is great. Walking is great. I'm not going to tell you to stop that. That's great. Yes, I'm completely addicted. I've been high carb vegan for 24 years. Ooh. Yeah, but most, most vegans are addicted. Don't you feel bad about that. All right. Most vegans are addicted, which is why they get on my ass when I talk about vegan keto. Like if I'm featured on one of the bigger pages and somebody's like, oh, this guy's keto or he's doing keto like diets, you should follow him. Man, those vegans come out of the woodworks and they on my ass about it. So they, a lot of people are addicted to carbs, okay, and they fight me. And I'm like, hey, you don't have to follow me. You don't have to do what I do. But I'm trying. If you want results, because what I notice, a lot of people in this community think, oh, I'm vegan, I'm healthy, I'm eating plant-based, it's all fruit, I'm good to go. And what they do is they try to force their way using just that diet. They try to force their way to get what they want. And it's like, you're not following the rules of science. That's not how it works. You want to lose fat, you got to get into a certain state. That state calls for you to cut down on the carbs. Like that, but you can't talk to people who are just addicted. All right. How do you feel about shiitake noodles? I love them. They're actually in a lot of my keto recipes in my group for my clients. If you want some free recipes, go to my Instagram and I'll have the link in the bio. There's about 7-8 recipes there, totally free. It's on me. All right. But I do have other recipes for my clients. Because they pay, so I gotta give them something different. How long have you been vegan? Almost 9 years now. So I've been doing this for a long time. Well, long time is relative because we just had somebody on here 24 years vegan. So I'm a baby vegan compared to 24 years. But yeah, I've been doing it almost 9 years now. Never going back. I don't plan on. I don't foresee it. Now, if I'm for some reason I'm stuck in the wilderness somewhere and I gotta eat something, I probably still wouldn't. I just fast for like 40 something days until somebody comes save me. But I don't see myself going back. I'm vegan for life. What's your favorite keto vegan cookbook? I don't know of any. My favorite vegan cookbook is How Not to Die. That's a great cookbook, but I don't have any. Not many people are vegan keto. I mean, it's not a lot. I'm sure some books out there, but it's not a lot though, to be honest. Collagen from Irish moss. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's good. You're good on that. I'm trying to stay away. I'm trying to find a way to lose weight due to hypothyroidism. Any suggestions? Yes, definitely. Let me help you with that. So when you're dealing with your thyroid, I don't care if you're hypo or hyper. When you're dealing with your thyroid, a lot of times you are going to have to eat to help produce T3, T4, and reverse. This is going to be a weird way to say it, but reverse T3. Okay, so there's a certain thing called reverse T3. It happens when people do a lot of crash dieting or they follow their favorite Instagram booty model because she's eating 1,200 calories or 900 calories. And then you follow that, and then that don't work. So you go to the next one, and then that don't work. So you go to the next one. Then you get reverse T3, which means your body starts holding on to fat. You get metabolic damage, and you get thyroid issues because the thyroid helps to make those leptin and T3, T4, things like that. So I know I'm talking fast, but I'm trying to get it out. What you want to do is you want to eat a higher fat diet, of course. You want to lower the carbs because the more insulin you produce. But here's the thing. All right, this is gonna catch you off guard. But you still need insulin. And this is where I trick people because they're like, well, wait a minute, you're telling me to go keto or low insulin, but well, insulin is needed to help produce T4, but there's a certain amount. So we hear insulin and we go 700 grams of carbs. It's like, no, maybe you need 50 grams more, not crazy. You know, we go extremes. We don't need that much. So, but it's very hard to teach you how to do all of this over like just here. Now, maybe if you were like a doctor or you were already a nutritionist and I can explain it to you without having to send you through all of these, because I have to, I don't know, there's a certain way I have to teach it to someone who may not be. Now, if you're a doctor, just text below. If you're a doctor or a nutritionist and you get what I'm saying, then I can explain a little bit better to help you accomplish that goal. But a lot of times, if I'm just talking to somebody who just needs help, it's hard for you to do it on your own. I'll be honest with you, because there's so many, you know, so much bobbling you got to do with this stuff. Do you take days off from fasting? Yes, I eat a lot. But it just depends, though. It depends on what my schedule looks like, what my, you know, I listen to my body. So if my body says I'm hungry at 7 a.m., I'll eat at 7 a.m., but rarely does it do that. If you are fasting and find yourself starving, do you recommend eating a fat? For one, if I'm fasting and I feel myself starving, I'm not fat adapted. And what happens is my body, you know, if I'm not fat adapted, my body is still a carb burner, which means it's telling me to eat more carbs. That's what that is. So I just suffer through it. I just drink a lot of water. I'm weird like that though. I'll suffer through things. So that's kind of one of the things that I do. But I'm fat adapted. I don't have those issues. And when you get fat adapted, you won't have any of those issues as well. So it just takes a little time. And finagling is what we call it. It takes a little finagling. Let's see. You wouldn't consider applesauce unsweetened keto. I wouldn't, but you could get away with it. You could get away with it, especially on a plant-based keto diet. And this is some of the things I talk about, how I get 150, 200 grams of carbs a day, and I stay, you know, relatively high in keto for, you know, how long I've been doing it. The longer you go keto, the less amount of blood ketones you're going to have. So, a high day for me is like 1.5, but I bobble around 0.5 millimolars all the way up to maybe, like I said, 1.5. But that's a high day for me. I don't care how low I go in carbs. I can go 20 grams of carbs a day. My body's still going to produce maybe 1.0. That's just because I've been doing keto so long. I've been in this state because I've been fasting a long time. And then I've been off and on with the keto thing before I even knew what the hell keto was. I had no idea the less ketones you have as you go along. Yeah, it's a step down process. So, for instance, when you first go keto, I keep these here so I can show you all because I don't use them. When you first go keto, you can use these ketone sticks, and you pee on a ketone stick, you shake it off, and then you test it against one of these. Most people, when they first go keto, are going to be dark purple. Why? Because their body doesn't know how to use ketones, so it's pissing it out, okay? If your body's not using if you've ever taken like a multivitamin and your body doesn't use the vitamins, pee them out, your pee turns like neon green or yellow. That's the same thing that happens with ketones. So what happens is eventually your body's gonna say, "Give me them ketones." All right, we're gonna use them now, and even still being in the same state of ketosis, this is gonna go down, and it's gonna show you that you're not in ketosis anymore in your pee, which means you're not producing acetoacetate. That's what this is. Okay, so what you then have to do is prick yourself and get the blood test. That's what I do. That's those little meters you see that I post on my IG stories. When I hit my blood test, the meter shows me how many ketones I have in my blood. Because guess what? They're not coming out of my urine anymore. So just like that, I wouldn't, suggest, I wouldn't suggest following the number or chasing the number of ketones. Oh, I'm 5.0. Well, that means you ain't doing shit. Like like your body is not really using them still. And if it is, it's not at a higher rate. It's not really using them, because once the body starts to use them, it won't even be that much ketones in the blood. So, your brain starts to use ketones, things like that. You're going to drop. That's just how it works. So yes, it's how it is. I'm on day 5 of fasting. Dr. Sebi kind of inspired me to do a 30-day fast. Hey man, do your thing. I like it. Dr. Sebi's the man. Let's see what else we got. We got a lot of questions coming in. I like it. What does your body use ketones for? They're now calling ketones the 4th macronutrient. So basically what macros are: proteins, carbs, fats, ketones. Okay, so now they're saying ketones are like that next fuel. They're saying it's like the next preferred fuel. And the reason why this is true, okay, it sounds very arrogant for me to say it, because I'm not a surgeon or doctor or, but I've been talking about this so long, because everywhere in nature and history, we fasted before. And when you fast, you produce ketones. Okay, that's just how it works. So when you fast, you're going to produce ketones, especially if you go longer than 24, 36 hours. You're going to produce ketones. You're going to run on ketones. Everybody in our history, sometime in our history, if you go back long and far enough, everybody has done some type of fast. It's only like maybe the last 100 years, if that. I say the last 70 years, have we been able to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That wasn't always like that, okay? So people have fasted our whole existence pretty much, which means we produce ketones, which means we use them. You get where I'm going, all right? So it's just, a lot of people just don't know that. You wouldn't consider, I got that one. The reason I asked because I like eating with chia seeds since they're so messy. Yeah, that works. Get your chia seeds in. How many cups of berries is acceptable in your daily keto? That's when you got to track your macros. I can't tell you how much fruit is acceptable because it's based on you and maybe your trainer or your nutritionist, whatever they gave you as your macros. You just got to plug them in. So if you're doing a cup of berries, plug in a cup of berries. If you're doing, whatever, plug it into your macros that you have set. That's what I usually suggest. For y'all coming in, I know y'all looking at me crazy. For y'all coming in who are just getting here, I'm wearing these blue blockers. I don't wear glasses. My eyesight is great. Not to shit on anybody who doesn't have good eyesight, but I'm wearing these because I'm dry fasting right now. And when you dry fast, of course, you can't drink water, you can't shower. And 2 or 3, when you look at screens or anything bright, the retinas or your eyes can also be used for moisture through the dry fast. And I don't want to be dried out. So I'm using these to kind of do some blue blocking and kind of help my eyes to stay moisturized. I told y'all, when you dry fast, a lot of crazy stuff can happen if you don't know what you're doing. Because it's another level. So that's why I got on these glasses. For y'all new people who are coming in, I just want to let you know that. How much protein do you need on vegan keto? Me personally, I would say, if I'm going to give you macros, I'll say 10 to 20%. But me personally, I only do anywhere from 80 to 120 grams, maybe 150 on a big day. When I really just feel like eating, I'll go up to 150, but I never go over 150. That's never. And I'm not the best showcase for it right now, but I'm not really missing much protein. I'm fairly strong. I can bench 315, deadlift 405, 505, excuse me. Squat, I don't really do back squats because my playing basketball and dunking a lot, I messed up my spine, my lower spine. So I do front squats. I front squat body weight. So I'm doing okay for protein deficient vegan. Y'all know how that goes. Let's see. How long does it take to ditch BO by being vegan? It depends. If you have BO because your lymphatic system is clogged with a bunch of So in order to get rid of that, you got to learn how to drain the lymphatic system. You can go do some reflexology. A reflexologist knows how to work the lymphatic system to help dump it. And I used to go in fasted to my reflexologist and let her push out a lot of out. So it helps you go quicker. But it just depends on your diet, your lymphatic system, how much liquid manure you got running through the body, because we talk about that. So just depends. Let's see. Okay, so I'm 300 pounds. I'm plant-based, but I do eat chicken and fish. Started fasting last week. I did 5 days on, 2 days off, which are on weekends. I walk 6 miles, 50 push-ups for now until 250. That can work. And what I suggest doing for anybody is do what works until it doesn't. I even tell all of my clients, okay, do what works until it doesn't. So, a lot of people are accustomed to, you got a new nutrition plan this week? And it's like, are you still losing weight on the last one? Yeah. Well, we're not going to change your macros, baby. Like, no. If you're doing good on these macros and this workout, let's stay there until we get to that point. Because I don't want to, cut your carbs or cut your calories, or some people have to up their calories just because it's a new week. So same thing goes for you. New life, make sure that what you're doing is working every week. You can take pictures. I have my clients take pictures every week to see what we're looking like, see what we're doing, and it's accountability. All right. So you got to take that picture for me to see. You're going to be a little less reluctant to eat, this veggie burger and French fries because, Mr. Tay has to see your body the next day. So it's an accountability thing. I got some questions coming in on IG. I don't want them to get too far away. What's the difference between the dry fast and the regular fast? So I kind of touched on it, but basically a water fast is a lot slower. Everything that happens in a water fast, in a dry fast, happens 3 to 4 times faster. So if you want autophagy in a dry fast, you'll get autophagy 3 times. I think it's a 1-to-3 ratio, 1-to-4 ratio, something like that. So whatever happens in a water fast, it happens 3 times faster and 3 times more effective on a dry fast. So that's why I'm dry fasting, because of my knee. I want to heal my knee. I'm not really doing it for the fat burning. I just want my knee to heal. And I'm not going to go long because same thing. I don't really trust a dry fast. No more than like 2 or 3 days. So I'm going to go for about 36 hours and I'm going to kill the dry fast. As a matter of fact, I might even drink some water tonight. I don't know. Probably not. I'll go to sleep dry. My mouth is a little dry, but my eyes are good. That's why I'm keeping these on. But in the morning, I'll wake up and break my dry fast with some water. I'll go walk again, still fasted, and then I'll break my fast with food later on in the day. So that's how I'm going to do it. But that's the difference. Everything just speeds up. So if you got fat loss, it speeds up. If you got autophagy, it speeds up. Healing, it speeds up. Let's see. When I fast for 24 hours, I find it hard to have energy and exercise. Any tips? You need to get a fat adapted, my friend. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. If you're not fat adapted, guess what? The body's going to continue to burn carbs or sugar. If you're not giving it sugar, it's not going to tap into that fat. Not yet. It takes a period of time before it taps into the fat. So this is what I tell a lot of my clients. When insulin is present, meaning sugar, okay, if you're still eating sugar or carbs, when it's present, fat burning is not. So people are like, oh, I do carbs and I lose fat. You're losing water, friend. Which is why when you go eat just a little bit again, you gain it right back. People are like, man, I went on this diet and I gained all the weight back plus some. Because you were not burning fat efficiently. And if you're fasting, you're definitely not burning fat. Or if you're fasting and you're low energy, you're definitely not burning fat. Your body still wants glucose. So there's some things you have to do to get into ketosis. You can do a 72-hour fast. That'll definitely put you into ketosis. That'll definitely get you fat adapted. But I wouldn't suggest doing it in the state you're in. I do about 3 or 4 days of a high fat, low carb diet to get your body used to taking in those fats and burning that. The first few days is gonna taste like ugh. The fat is gonna make you gag, basically, because your body, it doesn't want it. It's like, why the hell are you giving me fat? I'm burning carbohydrates. Puke this shit up. Basically, that's what it's gonna say. Puke it up. So that's what happens. It's like, why are you giving me fat when you know I am burning carbs? So yes, the first day or two, you try to eat a bunch of avocados, you're gonna be like, I'm trying, my body's trying to puke it up. Yes, it's too much fat based on what your body wants to do with it. So you eat like that for a few days, it gets used to it, and then it's like, okay, so I see you giving me fat, maybe we should burn fat now. And then you fast, and it'll start burning fat. So hopefully that helps. But like I said, it's crazy when you do it on your own, because if you don't notice, you are gonna wreck yourself. All right, trust me. I've had people fall out, and then they come back and text me like, "Hey, I need help." I'm like, "Yeah, you do." Falling out and shit. We don't need that. What's with the dry fasting? I thought fasting was used for detox, in which case you want to flush your body out with water. No, not necessarily. Fasting is done for many reasons. It's not just for detox. Fasting is done for autophagy. Okay, so I talked about that. Hopefully you were around for that. But autophagy is basically when autophagy is usually when your body starts to break down its own bad cells. That's pretty much what autophagy is. I try to make it simple as possible. So if you got cancerous cells, they have a actual documentary on fasting for cancer. And the reason why is because, one, most cancer feeds on glucose. Okay, so if you're eating carbs, you're making glucose, you're feeding cancer. All right, so you take away the cancer, or you take away the cancer's fuel, i.e., insulin and glucose, and then you fast. Okay, so we get autophagy. So you're hitting cancer from both sides. I'm not telling you I can do anything for you if you have cancer. All right, let me just make that disclaimer. I don't want to get in trouble. But what I am saying is, when you go into autophagy, it will basically munch on the cancer cells, the junk cells, the dead cells, and the dead proteins, the amino acids. So people are like, oh, well, you burn through protein when you're fasting. Yes, not this protein, not muscle. You burn through things like skin, extra skin. That's protein the body doesn't need. Okay, we're gonna take that. So that's how you get rid of, loose skin. So it's a lot of stuff to teach, but we're gonna do this thing. All right, we're gonna do this thing. All right, we got all the questions on IG. Which do you recommend? Which water do you recommend? I'm doing distilled. It depends. If you're sweating a lot, you need some electrolytes and minerals. So if you're gonna do distilled, put some lemon or lime and pink Himalayan salt in there, and that'll juice you up. All right. As an athlete in keto vegan diet, I might be reading this wrong. I'm gonna read it again. As an athlete in a keto vegan diet, to take my BCAA and creatine. I think you're trying to say when to take my BCAA to get the most out of my workout. Yeah, I think you said when, or okay, you put I need to take my, yes. But what I do is, because I take BCAA sometimes too, like very rarely, but when I do, I take them. So I work out fasted no matter what. That's cardio and the workout. I'll finish the workout, break my fast with something fat-based, and then I'll back it up with branched-chain amino acids and creatine. I take creatine a lot, but branched-chain amino acids, I don't take them a lot, maybe once a week. Creatine, I'll take maybe 3 or 4 times a week. So, because you need creatine more than just for muscle. You need it for other things, liver and stuff. Because when you were eating meat, for those of you who ate meat, you were getting creatine every day. So that's kind of why I do that. Let's see. Do you have any other suggestions on products similar to Magic Moss? It's so expensive. Yes, it is. And honestly, I'm not even gonna say yes, it is, because I'm a little more savvy in the vitamin world, and you ain't seen expensive until you got into the $150 vitamins. um, but if that is still expensive for you, um, I'm not a big fan of like finding or going too cheap on vitamins, because I'm a believer in you get what you pay for. Okay. So for instance, these cost me about 25 bucks. But that's expensive for blue blockers, because you can also go on, Amazon and find them for $7. But if you do some digging, see, everybody don't want to dig. I do the digging for you all, but when I dig for myself, I go look at these. These have been registered and have been tested by um, what is it, optometrists. So people, I think that's optometrists. I think it's the eye doctor, whatever the eye doctor is. I can't remember it now. I think it's optometrists, but they have been tested and they've been proven to actually block out the blue from your screens. But if you just go in there and you're just looking for, the cheapest one, guess what? A lot of them are just orange. All right. They're just orange. And they look like, oh, these are orange. They're blocking out the blue light. And they're really not. So yeah, you pay a cheaper price, but it's for something that didn't work. So that's kind of that's my approach with everything. If it's cheaper, I'm on stand, but I'm like, why the hell is yours so cheap? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing different? Because it can't be cheaper and just as effective. That's my philosophy. So, so yeah, be wary when you all look for cheaper things. That's with foods. That's with, nutrition, anything. That's with trainers, okay? Because I got a lot of my average client has been with 3 other trainers before they got to me. And the reason why they stopped at those places first is because they were cheaper. Okay, that's just how it is. So they went to them because they were, oh, well, I got a trainer for 50 bucks. One-time fee, 50 bucks. First thing I think is, what the hell is that trainer doing? First of all. Second of all, they go to all of these places, nothing happens. And what happens is they don't get results, they spent their hard-earned money and their time, and then they come to me and have to spend it again. Times whatever, because all of the trainers they work with at first collectively cost what they collectively charge them what I charge for the one time. So if I'm $500 to work with in my program, they went to 5 other trainers that were $100 that didn't give them shit results, and then they come to me and they're like, okay, I know you're good and your price tag shows good, but I was trying to shop around. It's like you actually lose money. So I'm not saying that just for me. That was an example. I'm saying this for everything. You all have to be careful when you are shopping for cheaper options in anything, because usually it is shit. And you're wasting your money, or you're even going backwards. So what happens is people, they try to go get the cheaper things. Example, protein powders. Okay, you go get a cheap protein powders, you got heavy metals in a protein powder. Now you got other issues. So then what happens is you got to go do a heavy metal detox, because now your ass is close to getting dementia because the heavy metals are wearing down on your brain. So, I can't teach this enough. You got to be careful when you're shopping. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Got to be careful on that. Find my trainer and Jim, neither find me. That's right. You are so right. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Great answer. Thanks. Okay. But yeah, that is exactly what I try to get out. Most of you all know, especially on IG. IG, y'all really know me because I talk to y'all every day. Okay. On IG, I say that because I work my ass off just to give away stuff. So when I talk about these things, kind of like save money or not going the cheap route, I'm saying it's not for you to come mess with me, not for you to come into my program. I'm saying this because I care. Same reason why if you DM me, I send you a video message back. Or, same reason why I answer all of these questions and I go live so much and teach you all and give you all of this stuff, because most trainers would hold on to this. Okay. If most trainers had what I had, they'd hold on tight. So I give and do all these things because I care. I see a lot of people getting messed up, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm trying to correct all of the bad trainers things that they're messing up. I'm trying to correct it with some good stuff. Okay. What's your IG? I am the vegan trainer. Go follow me on IG. I got you. I got some people coming in on Instagram. Are you currently taking new clients? And if so, what do you contact to get? Oh, how do you contact to get the result? I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, just DM me. If you want to be a new client, just DM me. I am taking new clients. I got 2 today. I have a little more room. So yeah, I do take you through a process to make sure, first of all, I can even help you. If it's something you can maybe do for free, I'm going to just send you where to go. Go read this book, do it on your own. But if I can help you, then we'll go through the process and see what I can do to help. Do you need a month with me? Do you need 2 months with me? Do you need 3? Some people need 6. Okay. I just had 2 people come in for 6 months. Why? Because they have over 50 pounds to lose, or they're trying to build 50 pounds of muscle. Okay. You ain't going to get that in a month or 2. So just DM me, and we'll talk some things out. I'll probably video chat or video respond to your questions. So just DM me. We'll take care of it. Let's see. I appreciate you for looking after the people who are in the struggle. Yeah, because I come from the struggle. That's why I do it. And I remember being taken advantage of by a lot of people online. And I'm trying to correct this stuff. And I got people who I used to work with. I got trainers who are like raping people for their money. And it's like, I gotta do something to correct, I gotta do something to correct that. Let's see. Some things are truly cheap and good, and a good catch though. Yeah, some things are cheap, and you just happen to luck up on. But I'd rather you keep your head on a swivel and be mindful, okay, versus being gullible. Because a lot of people are gullible and they go, "Ooh, cheap, that must be good." I got a deal, and it's like, no. You can't be gullible and just think that everything is that. So that's not what I'm saying, that you can't find good deals. Good deals exist. I know that. I got a lot of things for free, believe it or not. But if somebody, like for instance, if I came out right now and was like, "Hey, I'm giving away a free, Toyota Camry," the first thing you're gonna look is, wait a minute, you're not rich. Like, I'm not a rich guy. You're not rich. You're not Toyota. How in the hell are you giving away a free Toyota? What's wrong with it? Okay. So or if I say, "Hey, I got a Toyota for sale. I drive a Toyota. That's what I'm saying. I got a Toyota Camry for sale, 2015 Toyota Camry for sale. It's $3. You'll look at me and go, "What the hell is wrong with the Camry? Why is it so cheap?" Okay. The smart people will. Some people will just give me the $3 and run with it because it's a deal. So that's what I'm saying. You just can't be gullible. I don't want anybody to get taken advantage of, because that's how it happens. That's right. How do you know if your powder has heavy metals in it? There is a website, and I can't even think of it now. There's a website you can go and put in your protein powder you're using, and it'll tell you whether or not it has heavy metals in it. And a lot of people have been coming back with some heavy metals. I'm not going to air anybody out because I don't remember everybody by memory, but there are some people with some big followings, and yeah, it ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. All right. And I'm not going to say who it is, but do some research on that. And there are companies now that are testing heavy metals in proteins and stuff. You're awesome. You have a positive attitude and energy. I try to keep it that way. I appreciate it. Working with Tay is worth every penny. Thank you, Kai. That's one of my superstars right there. She's a beast. She abbed up and everything. She's doing good. But I appreciate that, because like I said, I realize that there are a lot of people online that are just getting away with just robbery. And when you see 1 or 2 people doing that, it messes up everybody. It messes with everybody. So once again, that's another reason why I do what I do, is because I want to correct that and let people know, I do that for everything. I almost took my glasses off. Let me take you on let me bring you in my world for a minute. I do this for everything. Okay. So for people who think I'm BSing you, I do this for Black people. What I mean by that, I try to correct shit that Black people do wrong. Okay. So for instance, I've had multiple friends who are in the service industry, whether they're waiters, waitresses, hostess, whatever. They say Black people don't tip. So you know what? When I go to a restaurant and I get good service, it doesn't even have to be the best. I get good service. I tip 20, 30% every time, because I'm trying to correct that stigma we have out there. Not only that, you see a big Black man with muscles and tattoos, most women, not most, but a lot of women in the South, they clutch their purse. So the first thing I do is I open doors, I hold open doors. I'm nice. I try to be people used to call me a big teddy bear. I try to be nice. So what I'm trying to do, period, for Black people, for Black men, for men, I try not to be I don't want to be a scumbag. I want to be the opposite of that, because a lot of men are scumbags. So I'm trying to correct a lot of things. And one of them is the trainers. There are a lot of scumbag ass trainers out there. So I'm trying to correct that as well. There are a lot of people, I'm just bringing you all into my world. There are a lot of people who I hear, not just from me, but I hear it from a lot of people, of Black people who don't support other, business, which I think is BS. Black people support businesses. That's not true. Or other Black businesses. But I've heard people say this, and guess what? I'm like, okay, well, because of that, I'm going to make sure I pay. I don't want anything free. And that's what they mean by that. They try to say that Black people try to get things for free, or they try to talk you down on the price. I say, no, what is it worth? Or how much you want for it? Here. I'm basically what I'm saying is I'm trying to correct a lot of these stigmas that are out there. So that Black men can be, nice, and they're not criminals, and they're not, thugs or rappers, because some people believe this shit out there. So, some people ignorant, so I'm trying to correct a lot of stuff. All right. I'm mindful, but can be frugal at times. Nothing wrong with that. I'm marrying one of the most frugal women on the planet. So, hey, that's all good. But I have to teach her the same thing. Sometimes you got to treat yourself, and sometimes cheaper is not better. Because she used to buy the cheap ketchup, and I would turn it around. I said, "Look, babe, it's got high fructose corn syrup, which is gonna kill you, all right, eventually. So let's not buy this ketchup. Now, this $5 ketchup over here, it's $3 or $4 more, yes, but it's much better. Let's look at it. So this one has 50 ingredients, and the $5 ketchup has 2 ingredients. So she's the same way. My fiance, I deal with it every day. Okay, trust me. So I have to teach her how to, I guess, treat herself. Hey, spend some money. It's okay. All right, you ain't gotta hold on to it. Especially her, she does well for herself. So I'm like, look, spend a little money. You slaying with your new specs on. Appreciate it. Pop your tank top collar. That's right. You know how we do. Thanks for answering questions. Appreciate it. Most definitely. We will always have stigmas. Most will find something, usually in my personal experiences and witnessing. Yeah, you're right. There's always going to be some kind of stigma. There's always going to be some kind of, but the reason that is because for every one of me, so there are people out there that exist that are like me. So for every man that's settling down and having and doing a family thing and not cheating on their wives and all of this other shit, for every one person of me, there's 10 other dudes that are cheating on their wives or are scumbags and are, doing all this other stuff. So it's always going to be a stigma around because we're outnumbered right now. But my goal is to one day to change that. So if you see me being a positive role model and being positive, period, then hopefully that'll be a little contagious and other people will be positive. So you should do story times on YouTube. I have to check that out. Honestly, I've been away from you. I'm on YouTube right now, but I've been away from YouTube so long. I don't know what else they have now to offer. So I have to get on there and check that out. But yeah, I didn't even know that white people are cheap too. Yeah. Everybody, look, trust me. I know a lot of cheap people, and it goes across all genres, all black, white, candy stripe, man, woman, whatever. You know, LGBTQ, whatever. It goes across everything. So trust me, I know. But I'm getting ready to get off of here because it is 9 o'clock. I'm getting ready to hit the bed. Going to try to get a square 7, 8 hours of sleep, still dry fasting. Wake up in the morning, go get my walk in, then I'm ready to break the fast. So I'll talk to you all soon. Love you all. Thanks for hanging out with your boy. All right. YouTube, if you got any questions, email me. Instagram, you got any questions, DM me. Okay, because I'll respond back with a video. YouTube, if you want the video, go to I Am the Vegan Trainer on Instagram, and I'll respond back to you via video as well. Outside of that, everybody have a great night. See you soon. All right.